Hi, my name's Doug, and welcome back to another Emerald Hills Skies live stream. We are so glad that you're here, that you've chosen to look at this beautiful sky. We've got on our planetarium program, Starry Night Pro. We're looking at Canis Major, and this constellation is sometimes called the Great Dog. He kind of helps Orion, the hunter, to be able to chase after rabbits like Lepus. But we're interested in, I'll get rid of these constellations just for a second so we can kind of get a picture. We're going to zoom in on one particular cluster. It's NGC2362. Not sure why I was attracted to this cluster. I think because I felt sorry for it. Names mean so much, and this cluster doesn't really have a name. So I thought I would just ask you, what do you think is a good name for it tonight? Maybe you can help. If we zoom in, you can see it has kind of a Christmassy look. I don't know if these look like to you Christmas bulbs and a bunch of Christmas lights, or if you would rather think about this as a bunch of fireflies in a swarm. Down through the years, nobody's really named this thing. You know how you have like maybe the Pleiades or some cool name like that, the Hyades. It kind of gives it a sort of a unique mystique, about it. NGC 2362. Perhaps we'll do better if we actually go look at this in a live view. And let's do that now. This is a live view of NGC 2362. You can see it's kind of stacking here in the middle. We're using this live stacking technique. We've got 11 frames so far stacked. Each of them are 20 seconds in exposure, 100 gain. Let's zoom in on NGC 2362 and see what you think it looks like. One idea might be that there's a diamond there in the middle, and that star is Tau Canis Majoris, Tau Canis Major, Tau Canis Majoris. And so you could say that this is the Tau Canis Majoris cluster. That doesn't have a good ring to it, does it? You could call it the jewel box. What do you think? Would that name stick? What about, what do you think it should be? Christmas light cluster? I think it looks like a lot of Christmas lights that are hung outside somebody's house in a cluster around a shrub. Or what about, what do you think, the Firefly Cluster? Seems like we ought to give it something because it's so beautiful. This week, our theme has been, Christmas clusters. And as we look at this one and this rich star field, just look at how many stars are in the star field. It just keeps going on and on and on. As we look at this rich star field, one of the things that comes to my mind, what if just one of those stars has a planet like ours? What would that be like? Even if it doesn't, why is this cluster here? At Christmas time, I have to ask, is this a Christmas gift so that we would have this beautiful jewel box to look at night by God in heaven above? I don't know how you want to pick this apart, but if you've got a name that you'd like to suggest for this Christmas cluster, I wish you'd suggest it. This thing is about 4,000 light years away. It's only about 5 million years old. I know that sounds like a lot, but compared to like these big globular clusters we looked at Sunday night, which were 10 billion years old in their apparent age, this one has an apparent age of 5 million years. And I always say apparent because we don't know how old this stuff is really. When you go into a Kohl's store and you pick up a pair of jeans that are already worn out looking and they've got holes in the legs, and you buy that pair of jeans, well, they're brand new, but they look like they've got some age to it. You buy an old, dresser from some carpenter who maybe hired a guy like me to come in with a hammer and distress the wood, I can distress that wood and make it look pretty old by the time he makes it into a dresser. So when he puts a coat of varnish on it, it looks like it's Civil War era, you know, but it's really distressed because I beat it up with a hammer. We don't know how old this stuff is. God could have made this creation and given it an apparent age of, 5 million years just so that it would look beautiful to us. So we don't know what the age is, but no matter what age it is, it looks like it's about 5 million years old to our measuring systems. What are you going to call this? I wish you'd comment and maybe give it a name in the comment. See what name you can come up with. Maybe it'll stick. And if you like content like this, I wish you would subscribe to the channel. Hit a thumbs up, that helps other people find it. And thanks for being a part of this Christmas cluster series. And we hope to see you back for another video here on Emerald Hills Skies. Thanks a lot.